Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 97 and here we are in Exuma Void's base. As you can see, this place is still completely Halloweenified. We have got the giant face down the bottom, we have got the pumpkins up at the top, and I have to say, it looks absolutely fantastic. But one thing that I totally didn't think of when I was building this is look how much of a spawn trap this thing is. If we walk away from the pumpkin, okay, if we walk over into this area right here, everything spawns. Literally every mob possible just spawns in that area right there. And that is because, of course, there's no land around us for other mobs to be spawning on, which means that we get a huge quantity of them appearing in this section right here. But anyway, we're not going to be working over here. In today's episode, we're actually going to be doing a bunch of really fun stuff that I'm really looking forward to, so let's head over in that direction. But while I make my way back, I just want to mention something very, very important indeed. Exactly at the time I'm recording this clip, a video has gone live on the second channel, and I'm really, really proud of it. It's another vlog type thing, and I did it with Vicky, and if you want to check it out, there'll be a link to that one on the screen and also down in the description. Trust me, it is a fantastic video. I'm so proud of it. I spent around about 4 hours editing it last night, and Vicky really enjoyed it as well. So I'm chuffed. Check it out. As I say, links are pretty much everywhere. Anyway, the start of today's episode is actually going to have something to do with this, I do believe. Let's take a look. Hermit Graves by Iskal85. Right. Hermit Graves. Dear Hermit, do you dare to take part in the Hermit Graves? This trick or treat game promises great reward or great punishment depending on your luck. To participate, travel to these coordinates in the overworld, which are those ones right there. Enter the graveyard, walk up to any grave that does not have a name on its sign, break the sign and write your name. Stand in the grave on the second soul sand block, not the one that has the button over it, and press the button. Experience? Well, you'll have to find out. Good luck and happy Halloween. Zombiscal. That sounds pretty interesting to me. I think that is how we're going to kickstart today's episode of Hermitcraft. I know Halloween has finished now, but I definitely think I should take part in this little thing. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to throw away all of my items because great punishment doesn't sound particularly good. And I've got a bunch of cool stuff on me. So let's get rid of that one. And I think the flint and steel can go as well. And I'm going to carry along with me all of my essentials, including the elytra. And, oh, have I thrown my arrow in there? No, fantastic. All right, so I'm going to pick that thing up. And we are going to try our best to fly over to the location. Now, I'm trying to remember where it was. I think it's 2052. So minus 2052 by 66 by 757. Right, okay, so we're pretty much in line with it. We just have to fly off in this direction. And this is really going to test my flying skills because, as you guys know, not the best with the elytra right here. I mean, as you can see, I'm sort of going towards the floor. Yes, that was a good hit. That was a good one. You know what? I think we're going to get there really quite quickly here. I seem to be moving at good speed. Clearly, I have finally learned how to do this. And where was it? Where was it? I can't remember where we have to go. 2052, we've gone miles past. Oh my word. Right, let's make our way back and try and find the place. And there it is. Fantastic work. Did you see that, guys? Now that, my friends, was impressive. So this part right here was, of course, built by Iskal. And I have to say, it's absolutely stunning. It looks really, really lovely. Now, one thing that I am thinking, though, is that it doesn't specifically say that I shouldn't have any of my items on me. So as you can see here, look, walk up to any grave that does not have a name on its sign. These are like the specific instructions. Break the sign and write your name. Stand in the grave on the second soul sand block, not the one that has the button over it, and press the buttons. Should I throw away my items? Should I keep my items on me? I think I'm going to keep the items on me. I could potentially regret that. So right now we have got to this one that's open. We've got this one that's open. And that's about it. So we have this choice right here. I'm going to say this one. This one right here is going to be the one for me. So let's break out the sign. And we will say Mumbo was here. Perfect. And we have to stand on this soul sand. And cross our fingers that this doesn't kill us. I mean, I would have thought it does. It's a grave. Is it going to kill me? Oh, let's just find out. I think I might have got lucky then. Hang on. I'm really confused. I'm so confused as to what was meant to happen then. He said stand on the second soul sand, right? Stand on the second soul sand block, not the one that has the button over it, and press the button. Here I am. What? I meant to click. I meant to click on that. How am I meant to do that? I managed to do it! And by the look of things, I have got a bunch of Swedish steak. And a Swedish sign, which is brilliant. Awesome. Okay, so by the look of things, we've actually got really lucky here. Now, what I am thinking is, I want to know what would have happened to me if I had chosen a different one, perhaps, if I got unlucky. So let's take a look in everyone else's graves. Right, okay, they got a chest, and that was a longer pulse, right? I could have done that. I don't understand why my one was so fast. What about this one right here? Oh! Alright, so you fall onto a cactus. Blimey, that would have been quite tough. That one we have got good, a chest. I mean, this is quite cool. This is quite cool to look at. Right, that would have been a chest. Oh! Oh no. I'm so sorry, Iskull. Oh, I didn't mean to. I guess we've got lucky and unlucky at the same time. Light up your builds, dude. Like, come on. Oh, we have completely destroyed that grave. How disrespectful is that? Right, let's try and fix this up. I have no idea if I'm going in the right direction or not. Yes, I do. Oh, that is why. That is why you build the community district. Because Giant Tooth, yeah, I'm definitely in the right spot. And one sea lantern for our handsome chap over here. Now, we still haven't worked out why this guy still dies while I go AFK at the Afk Fish Farm, which is a little bit odd. Is it anything to do with the redstone clock that's running? I don't think it is. It's not. Why does this thing still run while I'm AFK? I think I'm going to take another look at it and perhaps change up some of the redstone. I've enlisted the help of the second channel here to help display what I've done. So I've created a new redstone circuit which powers the hopper and the piston right here. And I'm taking a look through the entire circuitry to try and find out where this issue was coming from. And I have found nothing. Absolutely nothing can possibly powering this dropper right here. Just nothing is doing it. So if this still doesn't work, okay, the original system should have worked. But if this still doesn't work, then I'm just going to conclude that the robots have taken over and we should probably leave planet Earth, because honestly, that is scary. That really is scary. Nothing's moving, no redstone should be changing. How is this guy still dying? It doesn't make any sense. Just thought I'd do a quick mid-video check of the profits from the shop, and we managed to get 20 diamonds in total. 20 diamonds from both of my shops. We've got this shop right here, and also I've got the Bone Barn, which I share with Wells Knight, and that produced 5 diamonds. So this is going really well. We've managed to get almost half a stack of diamonds without really having to do anything. I mean, that's the best news, isn't it? Afk Fishing produces all of those books, and one thing that I have been seeing a bunch down in the comment section is people saying that all of the hermits want name tags. So maybe in the future, I might have to set up a name tag shop, maybe sell 10 or so for a diamond. Does that sound like a good idea to you? I think I might end up doing it. The next mini plan in our long list of mini plans for today's episode is to gather up all of the resources to build this thing right here. Now, if you're sat there thinking, what on earth is going on there? This is actually the power beam that is going to be traveling up the center of my nether base. So right now we have a floating nether base. It looks pretty cool, but it could definitely be made cooler by adding this going through the middle of it. Now, as you can see, it is going to use a ton of resources. I'm actually going to analyze this to try and work out just how many resources that is, because it needs to be bigger than that. But we are going to need tons of red stained glass, tons of red stained clay, tons of nether brick, and tons of redstone blocks once again. So we have got quite a lot of mining to do. I've done just a little bit of maths. As you can see, I've pillared up from the nether floor, and I've used 50 blocks of cobblestones. That means that we've got 50 blocks from that area there up to the top right here. Now, as I say, I've done some maths, and I've analysed the data from our power beam. Apparently, I'm going to need around about 800 red stained glass, which isn't a good start because that's a lot. I'm going to need about 250 red clay, 250 redstone blocks, and 250 nether brick. That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff, a lot more stuff than I currently have. So as I say, one heck of a lot of mining to do. can I just say, I was really looking forward to having a relaxed episode of Hermitcraft today. My plan was to just hop on, do the Iskall thing, and if that didn't take too long, then I was going to do a few other small projects. I've sort of turned this into a full-blown episode, haven't I? This is definitely turning into like a full-blown Hermitcraft episode, and it's getting very, very late. Yeah, I'm going to be here for a while. Now, I have to say, it's actually been quite some time since I've done this, but I popped through into the deserts, and I have managed to get myself 1 full inventory's worth of sand, just about. So there we go. So we have got, what, we've got 9, 18, 27, 31 stacks of sand, if my maths is correct. Now that should be more than enough to create plenty of glass, which will then be converted into red stained glass, so that we can use it for our power beam. I have just had a thought though, not 100% certain that the super smelter has any fuel in it. And I have a feeling that I don't have enough coal to fuel it, which could be a bit of a problem. However, we do have the Blaze farm on the server, and that is really good fuel. So potentially we might have to do some AFKing over there to pick up some of that. I've just thrown 13 stacks of sand into the system, and nothing is coming out. But all of the furnaces have just turned on. Nothing is coming out, but all of the furnaces are on. That's a problem that I didn't expect to see, to be honest with you. Should we take a look around the back and see exactly what's going on? I mean, it all looks fine to me. All of the redstone looks completed. Ah, I've found the problem. The minecarts haven't disappeared. That's a good thing. But they have stopped somehow, despite the fact that all of this is powered rails. I'm going to have to nudge them along, aren't I? This is where I begin to get confused. Okay, look, we've got a hopper minecart. Everything looks fine. We place it down on the powered rails. Why? Why does nothing work for me? Does anyone know what's going on here? Why are these minecarts not picking up the items from these furnaces? You know what? We don't actually need the minecarts here. I think we're going to take all of these out, and I'm just going to use hoppers instead. But we can't, because they'll be powered by these redstone torches. This is a genuine problem. I never actually managed to get the super smelter working. It never ended up working. Those minecarts never went past those redstone blocks. I tried everything. I tried relogging. I tried rebuilding the whole system. Nothing worked, and I have no clue why that is. So instead, I just grabbed all of the glass manually from all of the furnaces. And as you can see, we have got a bunch of stacks. I think we've got about 13 stacks. And now I'm just in the process of picking up the poppies so that we can get the red dye. That is one of the fantastic things about iron farms, is that red things, for example, red wool, red hardened clay, red stained glass, all extremely easy to get because, well, you can have it freely available from all of the farms. So what I'm quickly going to do is craft up some of these. And I think, as far as I remember, doesn't the recipe go something a little bit like this? I don't actually know. I can't remember the last time I crafted stained glass, but by the look of things, I was correct. And we have got 8 stacks of stained glass already. We just need a few more, and that'll be perfect for this project. Next plan of action, to gather up some red hardened clay. Now, I've managed to locate this double layer of red hardened clay, which is basically the Holy Grail, and hopefully we should be able to get a whole ton of the stuff. I think I needed around about 250, I think 250 blocks in total, which is about 4 stacks, if my maths is correct. So this shouldn't take too long at all. So now we have about half of the items. We've got all of the glass, we've got all of the hardened clay. We still need to gather up all of the redstone blocks and all of the nether brick. And I have to say, as much as I would love to go out on a massive mining session right now and gather up all of the redstone to do all of the redstone blocks, currently we only have this much redstone. So we don't even have enough to make 1 stack of redstone blocks, and we don't have any redstone blocks. So we would require a whole ton of redstone, basically. I'm not even going to do the maths in my head because it would just be a whole ton. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of my diamonds, which we have plenty of, as you can see right here, and I'm going to take them over to the shopping district. We're going to make a rather large purchase of redstone blocks. I actually just came over here and picked up a full stack of redstone blocks from Python's redstone shop, but then I came over to Iskall's shop over here called Devilish Deals, and I noticed that he's also selling redstone blocks for cheaper. But also, he has got this chest right here. So I ran all the way back to the industrial district, and I have picked up all of my name tags. We've got 64, another 64. We only have 12 left, but that should be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 diamonds in total. 16 name tags for 1 diamond. I think I've got that correct. Yep, that's brilliant. So we managed to get ourselves 8 diamonds. are we actually going to make a profit from buying this? This is another full stack, and then another full stack. Awesome! So we've actually managed to make a profit from buying the redstone blocks. Now that's the way I like to shop. You may have noticed that my levels have changed quite substantially, and that is because last night I went AFK fishing. You'll be seeing that towards the end of the episode. But now it is time to gather up some nether brick. And by the look of things, I have got absolutely no netherrack. None in the system. So that means we're going to have to head off into the nether. We're going to have to break a bunch of netherrack, smelt it into nether bricks, then create the actual nether brick block. Cool. There is, of course, another alternative, which is to actually go over to the nether fortress that we have just underneath the nether hub and break a bunch of it. That seems like a much smarter idea to me, and this will be considerably faster. Let's just hope I don't fall into lava, run into any blaze, or get attacked by a wither skeleton, because as you guys know, I'm pretty terrible at dealing with almost all of those situations. Oh, I will probably end up dying. Apparently, I've got just a tiny bit distracted, and I have managed to get about 9 stacks of the stuff, which is pretty good going. I mean, that is going to be plenty for today's project. And you know what? Because that was such an easy experience, and I didn't have to do any of the smelting or anything like that, I think I'm actually going to start work on the base of the power beam. I have a few ideas of what I want to do, so we're going to have to do some measuring out, work out where the center is, because that is extremely important, and then do just a tiny bit of building. If my maths is correct, that block right there should be the central block of the power beam, and these blocks making their way around like this should go around the outside of the power beam. So now I'm just filling in all of the blocks. I think we need some extra slabs going around the outside here, and I have to say I'm quite happy with this design, but obviously I would be happy with this design because it's pretty much 100% my favorite blocks, stone bricks and stone slabs. But what I thought for the outside of the power beam, just out in this area right here, I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I thought of this while I was placing in these blocks because, of course, this right here is a little bit boring, isn't it? I mean, yeah, it looks cool, but it is a tiny bit boring. What I thought we could do is create a crazy looking thing that sort of rips its way through all of the netherrack. So we could build like a big area of nether brick that sort of grows out into the netherrack. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about here? So essentially, because there's so much power coming up through the ground, it's almost destroying the earth around it, and you can see big areas, like big veins of nether brick just making their way through all of the netherrack. There is a chance that this will end up looking really, really terrible, and if that does happen, I do apologize, but the idea seems quite cool in my head, so hopefully I can recreate it nicely. Now, I've got to say, I've been spending a bunch of time doing this, and I have no idea. Absolutely no clue if it looks good. I haven't looked at it from above or anything like that, so let's pop up on top of this block right here and see what we have going on. Now, I have to say, it actually looks quite cool. I actually think it looks quite good. Yeah, I actually quite like this. I mean, it could definitely do with some work. I don't know what sort of things. Maybe I could add some like borders going around the outsides of them with that other recent addition into the game that I can't actually remember at this point in time. That could potentially work, but I actually think that looks quite cool. No clue what I'm going to be doing in this direction, but yeah, that's actually a positive. I just finished up the build, but a ghast has just come along and absolutely blasted me, and he still is! Oh. I thought I'd done a really good shot then. I was about to say, look how good I am with this. Oh, thankfully I missed that zombie pigman there and managed to kill the ghast. But this thing is looking really, really good. I've just looked at it on the second account, and it looks fantastic. I can't wait to get the power beam running through this thing. I think it will look absolutely amazing. And have I just heard a noise? Has another ghast just tried to shoot me? No, I don't think it has. So anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to leave this project behind, and we're going to be heading back over to the Mumbo jump drone. And finally, to round up today's episode of Hermitcraft, what we're going to be doing is a spot of AFK fishing. You guys know the drill. I absolutely love AFK fishing. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I'm going to pop down into the Afk Fish Farm, and we are going to take a look at how many items we can manage to get. Obviously, we want to be getting enchanted books so we can restock our shop. But most importantly, we want to make sure that this guy doesn't die. So when I come back into the office tomorrow morning, I am going to check if that guy's died, but more importantly, I'm also going to have my second account logged in, looking at him to try and work out what on earth is going on. I'm going to record at like 1 frame a second so I can watch back the footage tomorrow morning in some kind of like CCTV security camera mode. I think it should be interesting. In fact, you know what? I might even do it as a really quick time lapse. Guys, I've discovered the issue. I was just watching the second screen and I've worked it out because I saw that the Mumbo quest log bot, you can see he has started losing his health. If I can just about show you, look there. And I was sat there thinking, it still doesn't work. I don't understand what's going on. So I started watching my player from the second account. And look, when I catch the fish, the redstone torch turns off. Very briefly, so when I catch the fish, this tripwire activates, that turns off this redstone torch, which very briefly turns off the redstone line running into a hopper timer, but that gives it just enough time to actually activate, okay? It activates, and it sends an item through the system, which means that that was causing the issue. That is what was causing the issue, and all we have to do is we have to connect up this redstone into this lever as opposed to being into this block, and I think I can do that really, really simply. Let's see if we can do it live on camera here. So I'm going to need some redstone down at the bottom, most probably, and I think we're going to need some redstone off the side of this lever here. Yep, redstone torch, and then some redstone. And there we go, that should just about do it. Hopefully there's no powering going on. There's nothing connecting up right there. Yep, we have now fixed the problem. This is now done. And now when we catch the fish, look, that doesn't power. And that means that we don't get anything going on. Finally, we have managed to fix that problem. I have been sat here, okay, for the past sort of, I don't even know how long, like 2 or 3 weeks. I've been trying to work out why that system doesn't work. It's so blatantly obvious. I can't believe I didn't see it beforehand. Anyway, I've got a lot more AFK fishing to do. Hopefully we can catch a ton of stuff. And this guy isn't actually going to die. And we're back on the server. Now, here comes the moment of truth. We're about to pop out to the top. And as you can see, this guy has not died. He has not taken any damage, which is brilliant. I'm so happy to see that this guy is now fit and healthy, and we've finally found a solution to the AFK problem. I just can't believe it's so simple, and also I was stupid enough to not notice it. But anyway, let's pop down into the storage system and take a look at what sort of items we've managed to get. Now obviously they haven't reached up to this chest just yet because we have been doing, well, a bunch of clearing out of all of those chests. But first things first, okay, we have got a lot of fish. We've also got a decent number of name tags, which I'm going to be trading for diamonds, which is very handy. But also we have got a bunch, and I mean a whole bunch, of bows and fishing rods, and by the look of things, some pretty insane books as well. Yes! Fantastic! There are tons of them! Absolutely tons of them. Okay, sweet. I'm going to transport some of these over to the store, and I'm also going to take over the name tags to get us some diamonds, and then hopefully we can get a ton of the stuff. First things first, we have got 16 name tags for 1 diamond, so by the look of things, that is, what, we've got 32, 48, so we've got 3 diamonds. You know what, I'm going to leave the rest of the name tags in there for Iskal, so we're going to take those, and now we are going to run past this zombie right here, who appears to have not noticed us, and head over to my bookshop. So, first thing that we need to do is check if we've had any customers, and by the look of things, we have once again, we've had a bunch of customers, look. We've got 14 diamonds, oh my word, we really are. 18 diamonds so far, 21 diamonds, I mean that is absolutely insane, and by the look of things, if I'm not wrong here, we might have actually run out of space in the chest. Right, let's chuck all of those in. Chuck all of those in. There are quite a few books missing actually, so I think we should be okay, and we should just have a few gaps left over. So there's a few gaps in this one, and a few gaps in this one, but I've actually used up all of the enchanted books that are currently in the fish farm, as far as I saw anyway. I don't know if there's any in the middle layer of chests, come to think about it, but I guess I'll have to leave that for the next episode, because unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.